But it's a great opportunity for the youngster to participate in different events. Speaking is very important. It's an art, and it requires meticulous preparation coupled with a lot of hard works. You have to work hard, you must know how to do it in a proper manner, right? I haven't come here to talk to you about changing your style, but some of the tips I like to give you that will help you how to deliver the speech. There are different types of speech you have to know. The way you speak in debate is different when you have to speak extempore. Sometimes a subject is given to you and you will have to speak on. A title is given to you, you speak on. Right? You will have to manage yourself, how to go forward with special objective. The main objective of speaking is to persuade the audience. You will have audience, you will have to speak on, and you will have to speak in a proper manner. That's very important. Language plays an important role in it. There are many students who have a problem. They do not differentiate between written or writing, converting to speaking, or a language used for speaking. Sometimes you make out the meaning out of it. You have a mind, you have a mental semantic, you have a mental power with which you make out the meaning, right? And you believe that what you're speaking must be meaningful. There are two great scholars who have given a book how to speak in right way. In written English, especially to make out the meaning, probably you do not know, and if you do not know, you must know. One of them was I.A. Richards. I.A. Richards, he divided the persuasion into 4 kinds. However, he says it is to be related to meaning, the meaningful presentation you are giving. First he says sense. Sense refers to objectivity, fact, what you are going to speak, right? In written English, when you start, it's being said, the topic sentence. However, you need not to have a topic sentence talks about what you are going to persuade, what you are going to talk in one part or in one paragraph, right? You cannot stagger. You have to be careful what you are speaking, right? Because misplacement, misdirection of speech will give you not good marks. So you have to be very careful. Second is feelings. Sometimes what happens? You are speaking on emotive subject, where you have to use emotive language. For example, you are being told to talk about Vedita, and you have to use emotive language. Then you have to use a language that appeals to the heart. The language that appeals to the heart is related to feeling. And then you have to move about the tone, the attitude. Sometimes you find the speaker coming, staggering hand all the time, trying to throw something. Sometimes it may be stamped as aggression. Sometimes it may be turned out as arrogance. You should be avoiding it. It's not proper, right? Because you have come here to persuade the audience. Persuade the audience, persuade the jury. Jury must be convinced what you are speaking about, right? That's very important. And finally, purpose, the objective. What you are going to do. You have an objective to speak on. This is one side I already talked about. The later, the three terms I'm using for you, which is very beneficial, and it is about the art of speaking. And you will be surprised to know that it started 2000 years back. 2000 years back by Aristotle. He termed, or rather he invented three terms. One is called ethos, right? Second, pathos. And third is logos. Now I'm going to give you the meaning. Ethos, when you start, the speaker must be credible. The audience must know that he is well prepared. He has the trust. He has the trust, and what he is speaking or she is speaking, she has a command over the subject, right? And second, pathos, where you will have to use language. We have to use language, whatever language, emotional language. For example, you have to describe sound. You have to describe sound. Have you seen snake? Snake, you might have heard. What is the sound of snake? Have you ever heard? Hissing. What it is called? Hissing. Then when you say hissing of the snake, sound comes out. Hissing of the snake. And someone is making sound like carpenter hitting someone. What will it take? Clang. What will it take? Clang. It gives you sound. Sound is important. And sometimes what happens? You are talking about the water of the river. You become emotional. You see, now I'm watching the beautiful river where the murmur of water coming out. Right? Emotional power comes out. And finally, you have to use reason. You have to give logic. You are participating. Suppose you are participating in a debate. You are speaking something. Like there is a topic. Suppose there is a topic. Pain is mightier than the sword. Right? Your opponent says, oh, pain stands for wisdom. Pain stands for knowledge. Knowledge is superior to weapon, arms, war. But if you have to give opposite of it, if you have to give a different opinion, then you will change and you will start giving your argument in the right manner. All right, I know that pain is important, but sword is equally important. May I ask question to my friend that when there is a war, will pain work out the weapon? So what you're doing, you're using argument. And your argument should be data-based. You should not speak nonsense. Right? So, ethos talks about what? Trust. Pathos talks about togetherness. Right? Or rather, persuasion. And finally, you become very much systematic in providing knowledge. So, three steps you must keep in your mind, and when you know the articulation, words have power. Words have power. When you are giving argument, you should be standing in a proper way, right? You should be talking in such a way that the audience is persuaded. Right? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.